TreehouseSupplies.com presents how to install a Tribeam to a tree. Tribeams are used to support an edge of a platform, typically between 8 to 16 feet in width. Made up of one horizontal beam at the top and two 45-degree braces below, they provide a very rigid and sturdy foundation for tree-supported platforms. Usually, they are found in pairs between two trees to support a rectangular treehouse platform, but other configurations also work, such as a tree and two posts. Once the Tribeam has been constructed on the ground, it will be anchored into the tree with two treehouse attachment bolts, or tabs. Be sure to also watch our tab installation video. The first step for installing a Tribeam is deciding where exactly to place the beginning tab, as the Tribeam will rest directly on top of it. Start with the desired deck height, minus all the lumber that comes between that and the tab. For example, let's suppose we want an 8-foot deck height for our treehouse. If we're using 4x6 lumber for the Tribeam, which has a height of 5.5 inches, 2x10 joists, which have a height of 9.5 inches, 5/4 inch decking, which is 1 inch in height, and subtracting 1 more inch to get to the center of the tab, we will have subtracted a total of 17 inches from 8 feet, or 6 feet 7 inches from the ground. This is where the center of the first tab will be drilled and installed. When drilling, have a torpedo level handy to make sure the drill bit is going in on a horizontal plane. The direction the first tab is installed will also be the direction the Tribeam and the second tab will face. If the platform is going in between two trees, that tab should be pointing directly at the opposite tree. Once the first tab has been installed, lift the Tribeam directly on top and centered of the tab and pipe bracket. In some cases, where the tree is leaning to the left or to the right, make sure the bottom wing brace bracket is centered with the tree and make sure the Tribeam is level. If it is not centered, that is fine, just put the screws in like normal. Once you are satisfied with the direction the Tribeam is pointing, use 4 RSS screws or lag bolts to attach it to the pipe bracket. Now it's time to install the second tab. Using a 2-foot or longer level, make sure the top of the Tribeam is completely horizontal. Using the 1 1/8 inch bit, drill through the bottom wing bracket into the tree by about 1/4 inch. This will give us an exact marker for where we need to install our second tab. Once the hole has been drilled, make sure to slide the tab onto the wing bracket first. This is because it is much easier to maneuver the tab into the opening than for the Tribeam to fit over the installed tab. If necessary, you can slightly loosen the screws in the pipe bracket above in order to tilt the Tribeam into position. Once the bottom tab has been screwed in fully, recheck to see if the Tribeam is still level. If it is slightly off, carefully take out the screws holding the top in place, push or tap it into level, and reinstall the screws fully. And there you have it! Now, let's give you a few hints and other things to watch out for when installing your Tribeam. If you choose to utilize Tribeams for your treehouse, we recommend that you make them a little bit wider than the platform, causing them to stick out a little bit on each side. This allows you to have some play and maneuverability in setting up the deck. Also be aware if the trees you are installing your Tribeam in have any lean to them. Most of our tabs have a 12-inch stem, which allows enough flexibility for a slightly leaning tree. But if the tree leans more than a few inches over the distance between the two tabs, you might possibly have to utilize a different method, such as using 2 knee brace brackets instead of a wing bracket at the bottom. For 8 to 12-foot Tribeams, this will be about 15 degrees of lean. Well, we hope this video has been informative and helped take out some of the unknowns about treehouse construction. Everyone here at treehousesupplies.com wishes you good luck with the rest of your project.